Hello everyone, I'm Cole from the Kingdom, and today we are concluding our reviews of the origins in Dragon Age Origins. Today we have the Human Noble. I didn't realize until now, but I think this may be the shortest origin. And it's currently sitting as my favorite, but there are only three main reasons for that. One, and this is kind of two, but I'm counting it as one, it's the origin that sets up Arl Howe, and gives you a more personal connection to Nathaniel in Awakening. Two, you can technically become king or queen, so that's pretty cool. And three, you start the game with a very good boy. So we start with our father, Bryce Kuzlin, Terran of Highever, meeting with his old friend Arl Rendon Howe. I think they set the scene really well here. The environment and music really set me in the mood for a fantasy game. So our father calls us over, and I hate our starting armor. It stands out like a sore thumb. So Howe mentions his son or daughter may be interested in us, and we can express interest as well. Duncan comes in, and Howe panics a little bit, and we talk about the Darkspawn horde massing in the south. They say the king's whole army is there, and he's calling for more men. Boom, set up the threat of the Blight. Duncan is looking for recruits for the Grey Wardens, and mentions we would be suitable, but he won't force it. Our father recommends Sir Gilmore. So he sends us off to find our brother Fergus to tell him to leave right away. We ask where he is, and he tells us he is spending some last moments with his wife and son. Damn it, Dragon Age, you are such an asshole sometimes. I say that, but it's good writing. So we can talk to all three of them and get more information. It's all pretty good. So we head out and find some guards playing cards while on duty at the vault. I tell them to carry on, as I don't care. So then we run into Sir Gilmore. He tells us the best little boy in the world is causing a ruckus in the larder and we need to go get him. Before we go, we can talk to him more, and again, this is all pretty good dialogue. Though the pacing is a little weird because he stresses we need to go get our dog immediately, but this is our only chance to talk to him since he leaves right after. So we go to the kitchen and find Nan, who is acting pretty horrible. She tells us our dog should be put down, and this hits me harder now because someone actually said that about my dog recently, and now I'm really tempted to choose the option, maybe you should be put down. But I remain respectful and remind myself Nan is just blowing off steam and she doesn't really mean what she's saying. That doesn't make it okay, just that it's not really worth yelling back at her right now. So it turns out our good boy was fighting the giant rats that made their way from the Qunari wilds all the way up to Highever. We fight them, Gilmore has a meta joke which I like, and then we leave. We tell Nan about the rats and how our faithful warhound made sure it was safe. She relents and gives them a treat. We can talk to her again, and she makes us go through a story she used to tell us when we were little about a prideful warhound. It's a good story. And I've known people who honestly would make us go through the whole story before letting us leave, so I can't say it's not realistic. So we can also go around and find Mother Malal praying, and we can join her. Unfortunately, we can't ask her any questions, which I feel was a mistake because I remember my first time playing, and getting to the Temple of Sacred Ashes, I kept wondering, who is Andraste? Now, I was a kid, and I probably should have paid more attention, but I still think we should have gotten more Andrastianism with this origin. So we go find our mother talking to her friend, Lady Landra, her son Dyron, and her lady-in-waiting, Iona. If we are female, she mentions setting us up with Dyron, who it appears does have a crush on us. If we're male, it appears Iona has a crush on us. We can talk to our mother some more, express concern about the current events, and she tells us she loves us. This is sweet. So we can head to the library and find Brother Aldous teaching 2 children, and we can talk to him about history. See, this is what they should have had in the Chantry. Here we learn Ferelden had a history with lycanthropy, and we learn a little about Calenhad. We can also ask him about our history with the Howes, and we learn we were actually enemies for a time during the rebellion. So we can talk to Dyron and Iona some more. Dyron is pretty boring. We can talk to him about ourselves, but I don't really like the dialogue choice for that. We ask him about himself, and he reveals that he is indeed boring. In contrast, Iona has a bunch of cool stuff. She explains how she has risen high in status for a city elf. She mentions the elves' lost history, but also how they aren't too different from humans anymore, in the cities. She explains she has a daughter and her father passed away. We can invite both of them to bed with us, which is a cool inclusion, but it's not for me. And now's as good a time as any to mention, I find it odd that most of the castle has no ceiling. I mean, I can see this for, like, the outer walls, but it's weird to me that you need to go outside to get from the library to the bedroom and vice versa. Like, if it's raining, this is probably super annoying for anyone living here. You'll be tracking all that water into the bedroom, library, dining hall, throne room. We go find Fergus, who is meeting with his wife and son. We talk to him a little and deliver our message. Then our parents come in, and it's just a really nice moment with the family. We can talk to our father again, and little Oren a little, and again, it's all just so sweet. Fergus assures his son he will see a real sword up close real soon, and damn it, game, you are such an asshole! So we go to bed, and wake up in a nightmare. Our dog is growling at the door. A random servant comes in screaming that the castle is under attack. If we slept with Dyren or Iona, they are killed when they open the door. We instantly get dressed and armed. Either that or the soldiers wait patiently as we get suited up, and then we fight the attackers. Our mother comes out of her bedroom, also in armor. We look suitably surprised. So she tells us she doesn't know where our father is, and mentions how the men's shields imply they are Arl Howe's men. I remember the first time I played, I didn't jump to the conclusion that he betrayed us. I guess I give people the benefit of the doubt, and assume if they are going to betray us, they wouldn't advertise who they are. Like, I assumed it was a false flag operation, or a rogue element. So we check on Oriana and Oren, and damn, this is impactful and sickening. Mixed feelings about this, as far as writing goes. As we go through the castle, we find most of the people we spoke to have already been cut down. We fight through the castle, and it's a good amount of combat. There's more if you go down the optional hallways, and I like that some of our guards will join and fight with us. There's this servant who we can persuade to fight with us, but I rather tell him to get the hell out however he can. I mean, coming with us may actually be his only chance, but the dialogue option is unappealing to me. So we go check on our family swords stored in the vault, and get back to the main hall where we began. Sir Gilmore bravely defends the barricade and gives his life so that we and our mother can escape. We find our father gravely wounded. This... damn, again, this is impactful. He knows he won't make it out alive, and our mother volunteers to buy us time to escape with Duncan. There are multiple good dialogue options here, and I wish I could pick them all. So we escape as our mother defends her husband to the death, buying her child the time they need to escape and live. This gets to me. This origin is great. I can see how it may not seem that great because you're just a human and not even a mage. When you have other options, being a normal person will always seem less cool. But I really like it. It sets up Howe as a villain, it sets up the Darkspawn threat, you get a good boy right away, and I like how at Ostagar Duncan says he can stay with him while we go do our thing around the camp. I don't know why I like that so much. You meet interesting people, it's believable how much the Warden cares about the nation of Ferelden, and also your relative ignorance about the other cultures you'll be interacting with. I think there were a few missed opportunities here, but I think this is still sitting as my personal favorite origin. The order in which I uploaded these videos was the original order of my least to most favorite, and now that I've played through them all again, I think it's about the same. Some are closer than others. Like, I think the Dwarf Noble and Dalish Elf are about even for me. So let me know what you guys think. How would you rank the origins? I think for the most part they're all good. A few missteps or missed opportunities, and a fair amount I might have done differently, but all in all I like them. Origins are something I and many other fans really hope make a return. So that's it for now guys, thank you all so much for watching, don't forget to comment and like. I'll see you later.